done felt some crazy pain. I don't wanna take no more. I done played some baby game. I don't wanna play no more. I done said some crazy things. I don't wanna say no more. I hope nigga don't say my name. I don't wanna spray no more. Can't you see I'm trying to change? I ain't old take no more. So stay the fuck up on my line, cause it ain't safe for folks. Love my city, but I ain't playing. I don't wanna stay no more. Want the money, man, fuck the fame. I can't get paper, yeah. What up? We back with another episode of AQP, Authentic Quality Podcast. Always question people, man. I got my dog, Jesus Lil Brother, on here. He out in Nebraska, Omaha, man. What up, bro?
Yeah, what's up, man? I appreciate you bringing me out here. Always question people. I've been questioning people all my life. So yeah, this the podcast for sure.
For sure, you got to, man, because and then one, people will let you down. So you gotta question people, man.
That's the Bible said it the same thing, but different words. It said you always gotta test the spirit.
For
So,
sure.
you know.
For sure. Wait, you were born and raised in Nebraska?
No, I was born in South Sudan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I was born in North Sudan. So basically, the war had broke out from South Sudan, moved my parents to North Sudan, and then when they got there, I was born, and then the war kept on spreading to North Sudan, so we moved to Egypt, and then when I was like 2, we got our visa to go to America, and when I was 3, we went to Seattle, and then uh, I came to Omaha when I was 4. So ever since I was 4, I've been in Omaha.
For sure. How was life growing up in Omaha for you?
Sure, man. It was good. Like growing up, uh, like growing up in the struggle, you don't know it's a struggle until you start looking at other people's lives when you growing up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I didn't know the projects was the projects until I grew up and was like, dang, we was in projects the whole time. you
Wow.
know. But growing up, shoot, I feel like, we just appreciated what we had.
For sure, bro. For sure. Did you indulge in any street activity?
Oh, most definitely. I wasn't always Jesus' little brother.
For sure.
Uh, but that was, the name Jesus' little brother it's a name that I hold to myself as like the highest title that I can receive. You know what I'm saying? Plus, I wanted to give something in my name that could hold me accountable when people can't hold me accountable. You know what I'm saying? So I might be in a situation or a time or whatnot where I ain't got nobody to hold me accountable, but my
Right.
name can hold me accountable.
For
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? So yeah, I've been shoot. I got two felon. I got two felony charges. It's been like 7 years since I've been to jail, but
For sure. That's what's up, man.
yeah, but yeah, I used to be in and out of jail. I've been in and out of jail since 17. And it's the whole story. Single mother household. And then my mom had got married, but I think my stepdad didn't really know where he fit in or how to fit in or whatnot. But he was all right. We reconnected. But growing up, you look at your parents like they was growing and learning as you was growing and learning, and you
Yeah.
can see that after you grown now. But
Right.
yeah, so like just going in the streets trying to identify myself, who I am, and trying to piece different pieces of people together so you can combine them to what you want or what you like. Really got me in trouble. I've been on drugs since I was 17, so that's really what threw me out there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
If that was big what you said, a lot of times when it comes to parents, forgiveness is big on that because a lot of times we be holding people people hold grudges, people be mad at their parents for stuff they did when they was coming up, not understanding, that they were still young, they were still learning themselves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, a lot of our parents had kids young, so they were still learning. Like my mama, bro, my mama had my brother when she was 13, me when she was 19. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
a lot of things that like they kind of grew up brother and sister. I could have been her little brother. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right,
so a lot of shit that we used to beat my mama up for, I had to forgive her for because she was still learning and shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's real. That's real right there, bro.
no, for real.
What happened that made you turn your life to Jesus, or was you already like did your people already hire you into the church like that coming up?
Well, I'm from South Sudan, so it's a traditional thing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know how they be saying it's hard for like the pastor kid to change because they don't know nothing else but church. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I think the same when it comes like if your parents is like a traditional parent where it's just good to be in church, you know what I'm saying? It's like the right thing to do to be in church. Then you don't really see no different. I've been seeing people fake it my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking the whole church is faking, really. You know what I'm saying? So God had to go to the streets and come find me. Uh, it was a whole spiritual uh thing because I tell my testimony as I was around witches and warlocks and people that was in uh a lot of witchcraft that was doing spiritual things. So I seen the proof of God through the proof of the devil. So when I seen the devil, the same day God presented Himself as well too. So it was God was always there. Like a lot of people in the streets when they see that I got saved, it's like they was waiting. They're waiting for a day that they get saved too. They waiting for a situation. They waiting for something to happen that can break them out of that route or that routine, so they can be able to change their life. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
So by the grace of God, I got broke out of that routine. Even sometimes, God take you to jail to get you out of that routine.
Yeah, for sure.
You
Sure.
know? So yeah, it was a lot. Like uh I had two felony warrants because I had violated probation, and uh I was just burning bridges left and right, bro. There's a saying called "charges to the game."
Yeah, for sure.
In my head, charges to the game means anything that I lost or someone stole from me, I'm gonna charge it to all the players in the game. So I started stealing from people, robbing people. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm charging it to the game. One of y'all gonna pay me.
for sure.
But that just create a whole bunch of other stuff. But yeah, so doing that, I'm in the life, you know what I'm saying? And I was just burning bridges like that. Like when I'm pulling up to my homies, none of my homies want to ride with me because they thinking we gonna do something crazy, or they scared to ride with me, or they think I'm gonna rob them. Sometimes I just wanted somebody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Especially being in the streets. It be times where the streets be chaotic, like too much to bear, or the trap be chaotic. Sometimes I just need to take a walk or something. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I just needed somebody to talk to, could never find it. So that just made the situation worse. Youngest in the group, everybody that basically like in the 90s, everybody had got like 10 to 12, 15 years for cocaine. So when I hit the streets, everybody that had got 10 years or whatever was getting out.
Right.
So
Right.
everybody that I was kicking it with just got out from like 10, 12, 50, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
So like nobody around my age was around me or nothing, and I'm just around all these older people. You know what I mean? Uh, so it was just it was just a lot, and so I'm burning bridges. I'm learning from people that, they broke this down to a career.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
And I always wanted to do music, so that was the pull. That was really the pull from the first time I did drugs, the first time I entered the trap house. The pull was that uh there's a studio here and we can make your music popping. You know what I'm saying? So I always was going back to try to get my music popping. But every
right.
time I go back, here come a situation, here come this dude tripping, I need to beat up this dude, or
Yeah,
something going on, you know what I mean? Or folks arguing, or folks then pulled up 5 deep, or you know what I mean? To the
right.
point where I just start forgetting about my music and just trying to maintain around where I'm at. And it really didn't help that my mom kicked me out at 17. You
You
know what
got
I'm saying?
you got siblings?
I got a little brother, but we like 13 years apart. You know
Okay,
what I'm saying?
I got
So yeah, I ain't got no older brother. I ain't got no older sister. I ain't got no older cousin. That I can call to, whatnot, whatever. I ain't got nobody. So, and that's, the thing about the streets, that's a lot of people, so a lot of people gravitate to each other and
right,
claim each other as the newfound family that they got,
right.
So, and I still talk to people to this day, from back then, because we didn't went through so much stuff that is my family member.
Right, right, right.
So
Even, bro, when we get older, like I done seen a couple niggas I used to have riffraff with, like we used to be hitting at each other type shit, and nigga just be glad to see a nigga alive and
yeah,
still out here, bro. Like a lot of shit be, if it won't bloodshed, whatever happened, like I be seeing niggas and yeah, bro, niggas be glad to see a nigga free, nigga alive and well doing something positive. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, for sure,
Yup.
for sure, yeah. And and the thing is, I always had the Jesus little brother energy. You know what I'm saying? So like, even while I'm in the trap house, whatnot, whatever, it's the conversation, just like how you said, we just conversating, and whatever come of it. It's
Right,
the conversation that I held that got people, talking about God, talking about Jesus, or whatnot, whatever, as they smoking dope, or as they
right,
doing their thing, because I believe that I presented it to where they ain't feel no judgment. You know what I'm saying? Because God, the scripture says that God knock on everybody's heart.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So to deny that, he didn't spend his time to trying to get you is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But when people felt comfortable enough to talk about it, they started talking about it, and that really irritated the spirits. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't want. It's like I came to their house, or I came to they, stomping grounds, and started, spiritually uh uh breaking those chains that's on there. You know what I mean? Because those are all chains.
yeah,
Chains of addiction, chain of trauma. A lot of people are in drugs and whatnot because they replaying their trauma. You know what I'm saying? And that just keeps them in a certain mindset. You know
yeah, yeah, man.
what I mean? So yeah, I
Bro,
always had that spirit of Jesus, little brother.
for sure. For sure, man. Me, bro, I got baptized when I was a kid, right? Probably like, I think I was probably like six, you know,
Mm,
and I got baptized when I was six. And then by the time I was 11, 12, I was in the streets doing street shit, you know what I'm saying? So
mhm,
what happened was I had a special covering over me as a kid because my people had me in the church. I used to go to church, you know, at that time, I'm a kid, but I'm knowing that my people taking me to church. I'm knowing I'd have been baptized, but then we grow up, and yeah, I started indulging in street activity, bro. Like 11, 12 years old, like selling shit I don't supposed to be selling. You know what I'm saying? So, and what happened to me, bro, is through the process of by the time I got 25, 26, 27, I lost a lot of people, bro, like family members, you know, niggas that was like brothers, niggas that was cousins, you know, close friends. I lost a lot of people, discreet shit. Some health, situations, but mostly like gunfire, violence. So that's what really kind of made me change myself, like knowing that I survived everything, bro. I deal with survivor's guilt. You know what I'm saying? Like I deal with survivor's guilt because a lot of people that I lost, they was best friends, like
Mm,
best friends. You know what I'm saying? So I deal with survivor's guilt like a mug, and that's what really made me like tap back into God and being more spiritual than what I was because I won't even looking today. I can see people's spirit. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? Like
mm,
I can look clean through the flesh. You feel me, bro?
mm, mhm.
But back then, like I didn't even look that deep into people. I just was being around them, learning them, but not seeing the spirit in them. So it caused nigga to be around all different kind of people. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
All
already know.
kind of people like you. How the hell I get around this nigga? You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm already knowing.
But yeah, I know I had to have like, me being baptized and my people having me in the church early. I know for sure that like because bro, I done did shit I'm supposed to be either under that motherfucking jail or you know what I'm saying? Like I never did a long bid. Nobody ain't never shoot me, you know what I'm saying? Been in plenty of shootouts, but I ain't never get hit. So I know I had a special, it's a reason I'm here, bro. So if it was like by the time I'm 30, 33, 34, if I don't understand there's something greater than myself out this motherfucker from what I've been through in life and the wounds I got are from losing loved ones. It ain't from people hurting me. It ain't from doing time in jail away from my kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? So my wounds, and it ain't even health. I don't have bad health. That could have been that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
he punished me for the shit I did in the streets is, I deal with survival guilt. I grieve. I'm grieving from people from 2007, bro. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So it's like, yeah, man, that's what made me like, crawl my way back over to um Jesus and faith and putting my more faith in God than like I used to feel like I need to go everywhere with a gun. You know what I'm saying? And now
Mhm.
it's like the way I feel like I can run to the store real quick. In my city, I don't, but in my brain, I know I feel like I could do that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So yeah, bro, it take a lot, a change for somebody that come from like the streets, like where we come from, and find the Lord and a big piece of it is cool. I like your name, bro, because you let niggas know it's cool. It's okay. You know what I'm saying?
It's okay.
Okay, even at our age, if you think you too old or too young, nah, nigga, it's okay, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, definitely you gotta stand by that name now, nigga. You can't be bullshit.
Nah, for real, man. And it, nigga, it was. I mean, it's hard, bro. Even like when I sit on my first game, like when I first took the name, it was like I didn't know what I was doing for my to myself. It's like I set myself up, you know what I mean? Because at first I wasn't Jesus' little brother, but then God went in his shelf and he took this mold, this Jesus little brother mold, and he took me and just started pounding me in this mold. You know what I'm saying? And he just started putting me through the fire, bro, so I can be able to be Jesus' little brother. You know what I mean? Because at first, it was something that I was trying to achieve to be. You know what I'm saying? But I could say I'm proudly now that through trials and tribulations. I'm more and more knowing what it looked like to be Jesus' little brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's
I
why.
do want to tell my testimony of how I seen the devil and how I seen God. And because a lot of people be like, I need God to prove himself, or I need some evidence or something like that. In my head, the creator of the universe and heaven and earth don't gotta give nobody no evidence. But he's so loving, he love you so much that he will. You know what I'm saying? He will give you evidence. And
Yeah.
yeah, if I could just share that, man, because it been in my heart.
Go
And
ahead.
I used to be like, I hate when people don't believe me,
Go ahead,
So
bro. Go ahead, bro. Because it might it could help somebody. You know what I mean? Get it off you.
yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna just say how I seen the devil first. So I was like 18, you know, and each group there's a spirit called the Lucifer spirit, right? So have you ever listened to Immortal Technique?
No.
Well, everybody search up Immortal Technique. That's with the devil. He explained a little piece of how the devil keeps eyes in each group when it comes to these groups in the streets, right? So there's a spirit called the Lucifer spirit, and it's a spirit that the devil puts in, like basically a leader of a group to keep eyes on people, see who the next person or whoever, whatever, you know what I mean? And that person, that the devil could also use that person to present himself. A lot of people like, I seen the devil. Well, you seen the devil through a person that he presented himself to, which is the same thing, but that's how he do it. So uh, so I was walking on a bridge and with the dude, this my homie. Don't get fucked up. This my dog. I didn't mind you. I was too. They felt like I was so young in the trap house that they always used to kick me out.
Mm-hmm.
Because I come with my money, and they kick me out. Like, no, you too young. You need to go to school, whatnot. I dropped out of school at this point. You need to go to school and all that, whatever, whatever. And they kicked me out. And he will send people in there to regulate so I can come back in. You know what I'm saying? So this is my guy.
For sure.
So there was this one time where we walk into the other side of the projects and we on this bridge and you know, I could feel on the atmosphere like something about to happen. And on his back, there was these names in Italian. And he was telling me that it's his kids' names. So he was telling me to say it, to try to say it or whatnot. But it was hard as hell, like Italian names or whatnot. And I'm
Yeah.
trying to, I've been skipping school all my life, so I'm not really good at reading English, let alone Italian. You know, you know what I'm saying? So I'm reading it and I'm studying and whatnot, and he like anxious, like trying to get me to say it, like say it, and I can hear his voice start cracking. And when I said it, it's like I did a spell in the atmosphere. And we on top of this hill. So I go down this hill, he's still on top of the hill. So I turn back around and all the atoms in the air start vibrating like hard. You know when you sneeze and you start seeing stars and whatnot?
Right.
Like imagine if you see them stars, but they just stay there, right? So and then the stars, when he on top of the hill, the stars started gathering up together and made a triangle around his head. Made a triangle around his head. And he asked me a question. He said, "Do you know who I am?" Right? In my head, I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? I'm tripping. But in my head, I said, the devil. Like it's like a questionable, like the devil.
Right.
And in my head, he answered me. So we telepathically talking right now. So he said, yeah. And then uh he started showing me visions of him traveling like to and fro on the earth. So like he's zooming, like he in that spot that he at, but
Yeah.
he's moving left and right, like to and fro in the earth that he's showing me, like left part, right part, like. And
Yeah.
he says a scripture, and this is before I read the whole Bible, but the scripture is in the book of Job. It says when the devil came with the other angels to the throne of God, and God asked him, where have you been? And he said, I've been to and fro on the earth. So he said that scripture to me. And then he said that I need somebody to be there at the house for pickups and drop offs, you know. And he was like, it's like he was presenting me this title, this job or whatever. And he said, you ain't never got to worry about nothing. You ain't got to be scared about nobody. That I'm going to always protect you. In my head, I'm still tripping. I'm still tripping that he talking to me telepathically, and through this vision, it's like the vision was like blended in the reality. You know what I'm saying? So when that vision finished, like he came up to me and said, "You ain't never gotta worry about nothing, nobody." And that's when I got the ability to telepathically talk to spirits. So after that meeting, I was telepathically talking to spirits through the TV, through the radio, through the radio. Like they'll tell me where to go. They'll tell me, if I got too far from the trap house, they'll tell me to go back because that's where he wanted me to be at. Always in the trap house for pickups and drop offs. You know what I'm saying? Or when I came, if I did leave, when I was coming back, it's like they would announce me coming back to the trap house. You know what I'm saying? So that was my life. I had to be in the trap house
Right.
for pickups and drop offs. That was like the title that he gave me, whatever the hell.
Right.
And then spiritually, like I can make things happen. It's like when you have a spiritual power, it's not something that you like gotta do. It's like something that's already attached to you that just happens. You know what I'm saying? So like if I would get mad, he'll send somebody to make me calm, you know what I mean? Or like to calm me down or to get whatever I need and whatnot, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like, in the Bible it says that even the evil ones present their kids with bread. Like what person gives a snake when their children ask for bread? So even the evil know how to treat their kids.
Right.
So that's how the devil will present himself to you. He'll present himself to you like he taking care of you,
For
like
sure.
like you his kid or something like that. And he'll give all these blessings, but it's to set you up for you to do what he wants you to do. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing good comes from that. Anything that's good comes from the Lord. So that's when I see the devil, right? So he basically adopted me to be his. You know what I'm saying? Anybody messing with me or anybody making me mad and whatnot, he gonna fix that. You know,
Yeah.
all the spirits is talking to me. I'm talking about as I'm walking, birds come and talk to me, have full blown conversations, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like I can speak to they call it the devil, the prince of the air. So I can speak to the air. The air speaks to me. I can speak to the air. The air is the second heaven, right? So they call earth is technically the first heaven, and then the air, everything up in the air, like the birds and stuff like that, is the second heaven, and
Okay.
then everything else, whatever, third heaven, and they keep on going, right? So the devil is the prince of the air. So I would speak to anything that's under his dominion or
Right.
whatever. You know what
Right.
I mean? So that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? When God called me, that's where I was at.
For sure.
And so I'm in this is house, right? Ain't got no electricity, no water. But I used to live there. But I used to live there because it was public property, so a lot of people, the police can't go over there, you know what I mean? So I done had moments where I'm running, I jump over the over the gate, and the police is basically like 5 inches away from me, you
Yeah.
know, and they be like, Mr. Elia, can you come out of the gate so we can talk to you? No, I'm going to my room. And they can't do that because it's public property. So I used to live there, and one time we used to have this light thing, right? It's like an old oil lamp. I got one in my garage. It's an old oil lamp, right? Where back in the day they used to light it for light and stuff in the house.
For sure.
So I used to light that, because the dude that house it was, he used to own a pawn shop. So he had a whole bunch of old antiques and whatnot, whatever. The thing that I was sleeping on was like an old antique couch.
Yeah.
Had engravings and stuff. Everything looked crazy, you know what I mean? But it was all antique. So he had this old antique oil lamp. And I used to light it every day, when it comes to dark and or when it comes to night and whatnot. And this time when I lit it, it was when I lit it, it was it was a throne that appeared in the light. Now, mind you, the light a little bit thick. The light like as big as the cotton, whatever, the cotton wick or whatever, right?
For sure.
There's a throne in the light, right? And the light gets so bright, the person who I just seen the devil through, right, that has the Lucifer spirit
Right.
is on the right of me, right? And the person who owns the house is on the left of me. So the light got so bright that it basically paralyzed the dude on my right, and the dude on my left, he ran away from the light. So he ran to the nearest, closest corner of darkness to stay away from the light. And the light was so bright that it paralyzed the person on my right. Like he couldn't move. It's like it held him hostage or something.
Yeah.
And in that light was a throne. On that throne, I seen legs grow. And from the legs, I seen a torso grow. And from that torso, it was like I was I was waiting for the face, you know what I'm saying? And that icon, that thing called Spitfire, it used to be like a skateboard logo. It's called
Nah.
Spitfire. It looked like a raindrop, but it's a fire drop, right?
Uh-huh.
So that was his head that he presented to me, right? And I mean, the light is so bright, bro, that like my eyes is like this big. You know what I'm saying? And I'm analyzing everything that's happening. This dude running from the light, this dude paralyzed from the light.
Right.
Mind you, the person who I just seen the devil from was in my head at the moment. I thought he was the devil. Got paralyzed from this light that's coming from this light. You know what I mean? And right there, right then, I knew that I was in the presence of the Lord. And when I realized that I was in the presence of the Lord, I started asking him questions. You know what I mean? So before I asked him questions, my question would be answered already. So now I'm in a race with God. So I'm trying to race to ask him a question before he answer it. So he started answering. Yeah, it's crazy. He started answering questions before I can even put the question together in my head. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until I got to the point where I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in the presence of the Lord.
Yeah, in a contest.
Yeah, and I'm in a contest with him. What am I doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to appreciate that he spent his time to come here. You know what I'm saying? So I just started appreciating him. You could say I was praising him, you know what I'm saying? Because I just started appreciating everything that's around him, his glory, his feeling that he's giving me, stuff like that. And I was praising him until like 3 o'clock in the morning. So it was probably like 11 when I lit it, you know what I mean? So by like, no, I praised them until the sun came up. So this is right by some windows, and there's a big black curtain that connects the windows, right? So in the curtain, it's like one crack. I'm talking about the thinnest crack, in the curtain. So the sun had came up and beamed through that crack in that curtain and hit the light. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably like 4 or 5 in the morning, you know. So when it hit that light, the light had went down. So and mind you, I used to reload that oil lamp like constantly through the night. You know what I'm saying? So the oil lasted until that sunbeam hit the light, and then it
Yeah.
was done. And my eyes felt like it was twinkling, like I don't know. I felt like it was cause I used to get high all day. You know what I'm saying? So one night not being high all night, I felt like a whole different high, bro.
Right.
And
Right.
and I got up. Mind you, this dude on my right is still paralyzed. This dude on my left is still hiding, even after the light got beamed,
For sure.
or got put down. You know what I'm saying? So I get up, still trying to realize what I just been through. You know what I'm saying? And I hear an audible voice, and in this audible voice, I hear, uh, "Is this my son?" I hear God asking me, asking me, "Are you my son?" You
Right.
know, like the devil try to claim you as his son. Now he asking me, "Are you my son?" You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
when he asked me that, I hear the devil's voice on the right, on the right side of me, like screaming. So he start going through his things. Man, I done did this for you. Woo. I done protect you. Where was he at when? Woo? You know what I'm saying? Going off, and then God silenced him, like he wasn't be able to speak in his presence. You know what I'm saying? But I can still feel him
Right. Right.
like
Right.
like mad that he about to lose somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, you need to chill out. You need to relax. We in the presence of God right now.
Right.
And when God was speaking, it was like a smaller voice behind him that was like he was talking to me, but he was talking to the other voice too. You know what I'm saying? So when he asked, "Are you my son?" It's like the smaller voice behind him was talking to him too about that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking up. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm your son. I'm your son." And ever since then, you know, it's been just spiritual thing after spiritual thing. Like he constantly takes my eyes and go show me some stuff. You know what I mean? Like he'll take my eyes and show me in a bird's eye view. You know what I mean? Just to see this, he did that one time just to show me what he sees when he looking at me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So ever since then, it's been a constant um challenge to to be good enough for him to claim me as his son.
For sure, bro. That's deep, man.
Man, and I don't even tell everybody that, but you got that spirit, bro, where I feel like, oh, and I didn't tell you. During that I heard two trumpets. So I heard a trumpet uh when I was in that house, I heard a trumpet, and the trumpet was it sounded like it was getting carried by somebody because the trumpet got louder. It got louder, like it was getting flown to me, and it was like flowing in circles. It was like, and then it would like fade away, like somebody is flying carrying that thing. You know what I'm saying? And then the reason why I know I heard it is because everybody in the room was shook when they
Yeah.
heard it. You know what I'm saying? And then I heard one when I was in jail. And mind you, my cell, first of all, my mod is in the middle of the jail. My cell is in the middle of the mob. You know what I'm saying? And it was 3 o'clock in the morning. It was the same thing. And I've been in the jail for like probably like 2 months. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it was the same thing, hot the same way. It sounded like somebody was carrying it to me and then left. And then when I started reading the Bible, it says, Jesus will come on the last trumpet. You know what I'm saying? So that means six of the trumpets has to be blown while we still living. You know what I'm saying? And then everything will change basically on the last trumpet. So while we still living, we gonna hear six trumpets. You know what I'm saying? And everything gonna change in a blink of an eye on the last trumpet.
Okay.
So his time is coming near, bro. I believe that Jesus' time is super near.
Yeah, especially the way everything going, man. A lot of the government, taking a lot of matters into their own hands, the weather and all kind of disasters, and he definitely disagree.
Yeah, most
He
definitely,
definitely disagree, bro, with what's going on in the world right now. And
man.
then just to look at the world, it ain't it ain't far fetched because this shit ain't nothing like when you was growing up, bro.
Nothing, bro. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing the same.
Nothing, bro. I don't like. I feel like the days are real short. I feel like them days used to be long when we was growing up, man. And the days, like, as soon as you wake up, it's already done.
Yeah,
And I heard somebody say it's because time is running out. And that you can feel the season too. You can feel the spirit knows before the flesh knows. So
yeah,
there's certain stuff that your spirit will tell you before your physical can even let you know. You know what I'm saying?
so for sure, bro.
So
That's a fact. That's a fact. When how you met Diamond now?
I met Diamond. How I met Diamond? Uh, I was performing. So we had two encounters. So I was performing at a bar, and I'm the only gospel rapper that perform at bars and stuff like that, right? Because I feel like that's where God Jesus will be at. You know what I'm saying? Get his people. It's so I was at a bar on the Old Face, and they had me on the line, and I was performing, and Diamond had came up, and she gave me her card. She said, "You the only person in this club that I gave my card to." And she felt like she wasn't even supposed to be going out, that night. And but she forced herself to go out, and she glad she did because then she met me. And then so I added her on Facebook and all that. How you gotta watch people for a second. You know what I'm saying? So we was
So,
watching each other. She's watching me. And then I had did like a music review with his website or something like that. And I posted my song to him, and they said that I sound like a gospel boosie. So
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought that was funny, and I had posted on Facebook. I said, "Man, these folks start thinking I was a gospel boosie."
yeah.
And then she seen that, and she was like, "Man, that's us, man. You need to connect with us." And I was like, "Yeah, man." So yeah, we didn't have barbecues all that. I done slept over there. I done went back home in the morning or whatever. So they real life treated me like family. As soon as we started kicking it, we didn't went on the road together. Went to Texas.
For
You
sure.
know. So yeah, we done been doing it.
Yeah, they're my dogs, man. They definitely family, man.
Yeah.
They my management within the Savage Life shit. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely good people, man. What
Right.
Ronnie, what year you started doing music?
So when all that happened, I had turned myself in for my warrants. So I had that's another story. God bless me. I had a 4 to 20 and a 0 to 4 when I had turned myself in. I thought I was gonna do like 6 years,
Yeah,
at the best, you know. Uh, but I ended up doing a year. I did. Oh, the laws changed. So my 4 to 20 went to the laws changed a week before I got sentenced. So my 4 to 20 uh went to another 0 to 4. So I had 2 0 to 4s, and she sentenced me to two 2 to 4s running concurrent at the same time.
okay.
So uh the bottom number you do half, you parole out. So I did a year and a month, and I got accepted for parole. And then I did another year on papers. Uh, but I went through this discipleship program when I first got out through the church, and they were super strict, but they'll allow me to go to the studio.
Yeah, yeah,
So I've been doing music, trying to do professional music since 2019.
for sure.
Yeah, so what's that? That's like 7 years almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got good music, bro. When we did the show out there in Nebraska and you perform, I listen, like you got good music, bro. Definitely got great vibe on stage too, man.
Man,
Um,
appreciate it.
yeah, for sure, bro. The construction, I see you do construction, man. How long you been doing that?
Oh, I've been doing that same time, but it came hand in hand because having that all on my record, and I had a theft by deception. So having a theft felony, ain't nobody was trying to hire me, So I had one dude that hired me from through his business. He was installing floors. So from installing floors, I only had like 3 months of experience before I started my own business because he wasn't trying to give me no raise. So I'm like, man, I got to start my own business. So uh, I started doing that, installing floors, went to installing tile because that's the most money.
For
And
sure.
then, installing tile, then, oh, can you hang drywall? Oh, yeah, I'm gonna try. Shoot. And then, can you paint? I'm gonna try, and I just been perfecting my craft, through people that allow me to mess up on their house. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah, yeah,
anything you mess up, you can just fix it if you just keep on doing it. You can keep on getting at it. You know what I mean? So
right, right, right.
so it went from bathroom remodels, then they kitchen remodels, and now I'm doing uh I was a plumber apprentice for a second, so I know how to solder pipes and whatnot. I know how to wire, certain plugs, like a plug or two, a
Yeah,
switch or whatnot. And then from that, I had a good brother of mine that taught me how to do decks. So I'm doing 2-story decks.
yeah,
I'm doing paved patios, and God just kept on, And as this was happening, God was showing me that He's showing me bits and pieces so I could put people in position. You know what I'm saying? So I was a plumber apprentice, but I wasn't destined to be a plumber. That's somebody else's destiny. I was a tile installer, but that's not my destiny. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
You learn it and keep pushing.
Yeah, learn to keep it pushing and get a hustle to somebody else. You know
Yeah,
what I
get
mean?
the game to somebody else, bro.
Yeah.
For sure, bro.
Yeah.
That's
So yeah.
that's what's up, man. Yeah, I see your work on the internet, bro. When I first started seeing you, that's how that's all right. He got his own business doing. Cause I think I seen the first one I seen was a deck you did. I think that was the first one I seen was a deck you did. And I was like, oh, all right, that's what's up, bro. Goddamn, he active about that bitch.
Oh yeah, man, active than a mug. You hear me? And I love that when I started my academy, I ain't know how it's gonna happen, where it's gonna happen, but the kids is active too. Like the kids want to learn, and the people that's paying attention, they like, man, I've been trying to do this, forever, and you actually doing it. So they not like, how some people be like, dang, you doing it, I'm gonna hate on you, whatnot. With this, they ain't nobody was hating. They just was like trying to put they lend a hand and help as best as they can. You know what I mean? So now I got like people from different organizations trying to help all at the same time. Because this is for the kids, man. And if
Yeah,
my thing is, as a community, installing a deck or replacing a roof is like a chore. Say our community is our house. So all these things are like chores.
right.
So what we look like letting somebody else from another house come and do our chores, especially when we can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? So when we equipped ourselves to be able to do our own chores, we save more money in house. You know what I'm saying? And that goes with the black dollar. The black dollar, I seen a video that there was like it was like three people and they all owed each other $10. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Hey, you owe me $10." He gave it $10 then. Oh, you owe me $10. He gave it $10 here. And he's like, oh, you gave me $10. He gave $10 back. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So with that same $10, they just achieve 3 goals, or they just canceled 3 debts. We
Right.
can look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? So with the money that we got in our pockets right now, we can cancel all our debts. We can get everything that we need, you know what I'm saying, as long as it's circling in our circle, you know what I mean? And that comes with training our kids up to do more things so they don't have to outsource to other communities. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Real, man. You know, a lot of this stuff, a lot of this stuff, should be taught in schools when we coming up instead of what they teaching us in these schools and, accounting, um, business, owning a business, none of this stuff is being taught in the schools. How to start a business, how to get your LLC, nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing. No, they want you to be a slave. I think the slave, being a slave or freedom wasn't given to us. It was just said that we was free. You know what I mean? They just said we free,
Yeah,
but
for
we
sure.
don't know what freedom is. What type of freedom is this? That we got to work paycheck to paycheck. And I did some research, and the slaves did get paid a small amount of money. You know what I mean? It was just enough to get the stuff that they need in their household, soap and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So when I
Right.
look at it now, it's the same thing. It's just enough to pass by. You know
Same.
what I'm saying? Same thing. And plus, we got a market economy. So that means our economy benefits off of the market. So basically, the money that they giving us, we give it back to them through the
Right.
market.
Right.
So yeah, they ain't slick. And that's real. That's real freedom, bro. It's financial freedom. When we can do whatever we want with our time, and we ain't gotta go clock in because we running our own stuff. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. That's my goal for doing everything I do, bro. I'm chasing financial freedom and generational wealth. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
when I leave, we don't never know when our day coming. You know what I'm saying? So when I leave, I want to be able to lead them kids something, man. You know what I mean?
No, for sure, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
I heard you say you putting the studio up in the room where you at now. You just doing like music studio pro tools and all that shit, or like you like got doing like some gaming shit for the internet type shit. Like
Oh, so you doing it before me. I'm gonna try to do something like this, like streaming. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna have people in the house. We about to be streaming,
for sure.
doing, doing. I don't know what they be doing, but I think I could do a little bit better. So like just having fun, speaking about real life situations, and I used to just go, on the streets to the homeless and talk to them. And just the stories that they say and whatnot, it just need to be documented, you know what I mean? So like stuff like that, like just get people testimonies out there, because the Bible says that we are set free by the words of our testimony. So like how you were saying, tell your story because it might help somebody. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to help people the best way I can through other people's testimonies. You know what I'm saying? And plus, my music, that's something that God gave me personally to do. So I'm held, you know, to always do that. You know what I mean? So that I got stuff on deck. I got other gospel artists on deck. There's a female gospel artist that you're gonna see come out, man. She go crazy.
For
You
sure.
know, uh so yeah, man, just going back to the music. I gotta get back to a good spot. Going back to the music and kind of documenting my life a little bit, how I, with the music and how the music gets, to the fan base, really.
Right. 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 Yeah, I think I think definitely, man, that'd be a great lane for you, bro, because you know what I mean, you good vocally, and a lot of people want to hear it from somebody who been through it versus you know, a lot of these people ain't really been through what we've been through. So it's kind of different coming from people like us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that was one of my reasons for doing it too, so I can share like, even my documentaries, so I can share some of these stories that could help people. Some of these, my testimony is deep, you know what I'm saying? And even for me to be on this journey now on the computer talking and, you know, it's different for people in my city to see they not used to seeing me in this form right here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so so the growth and the development, bro, I think it'll be good for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that Jonah do good, like on this internet shit, because the people need something original, bro.
Nah, for real. And I think the real ones been keeping it real, and I used to be scared of the camera, bro. I used to tape my camera on my phone. I used to tape my camera on both sides, you know what I'm saying? So I never wanted to be in front of the camera, so even doing this is something new to me. But I know people need it, like you said, bro. And that's another reason why God had to come to me by himself, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody else was faking, bro. Like when I first came out, I had went to my Sudanese church, and you know, I told them I'm saved, and they like, what? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, I'm saved. Jesus came to save me. And I'm like, but y'all gave up on me. You know what I'm saying? And he said straight up, he said, yeah, we did. We did. We thought it was over for you. But in my head, I'm like, nah, man, we can't be treating people like it's over for them. You know what I mean? Because God usually used the one that it looked like that he ain't got no hope for. It looked like ain't no turning back for him. He usually used that person to show that it was me that did it. And like God say it's me that changed them. It was nothing else. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
You him, bro. I'm him. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
for sure.
Oh, for sure, bro.
For sure. Yeah,
And,
bro, they gave up on me, man. I ain't had nothing in my man. I used to go to my auntie house with nothing, 2 feet of snow on the ground. Just walk for miles. They just closed the door on my face. I used to go door to door in the projects. And not one door open for me, bro. And that was the bridge burning that I was doing, bro. I was just, what I'm saying, but I just needed help.
for sure,
But that's why I don't give up on nobody, bro, because I know where I was at.
for sure, man. That's deep, bro. That's real, man. And you know, the accountability that you take far as that road, knowing that it was burning the bridges, the accountability helped nigga grow through that situation.
No, for real.
Help to
Yeah.
help nigga grow through that situation, because for sure, I see you saying like, it felt like people was turning their back on you. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it was the reality of it. It was what you was doing.
Right. It was what I was doing.
You know what I'm
Made
saying?
people scared or whatever. They didn't want to mess with me because what I was doing. You right, bro. I had to accept that.
Right.
And I'm talking to my little cousin right now. He in the same boat. He think, his mama don't love him, whatnot, whatever. And I'm like, nah, bro. Your mama love you. She keep on always talking about you. But you on drugs, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You on drugs. This drugs gonna make you do certain things that people don't want to be around, bro.
So, bro.
So I guess it is, bro. It is the accountability that be like, I gotta accept it, what I was doing, you know.
Yeah. Well, man, when I come back out there, man, I'm definitely gonna link with you, bro, so we can do some personal shit. We need to drop us a song, man. Um,
Yeah, no, for real. I got your song on play, man.
for sure, bro.
I done said a couple things I don't want to say no more.
Yeah,
That's that hit, boy.
I
That
dropped it
was gospel right there, man. Like I see gospel in a whole different tip,
for sure.
Like when I heard that song, I was like, this is like a I want to change song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I was hearing you, bro.
yeah. Because it was the same for me, bro. It was the same for me, bro. I like I said, I was losing my best friends and shit, niggas that I'm with every day. I'm losing cousins, I'm losing people, you know what I'm saying? So 2015, like I lost my brother. I lost a brother in 2015. I lost one of my cousins, and then I got into a situation to where I came out on top, but shit, it could have been me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I had to change, bro. When my brother died, I felt like I was gonna die right after him.
Mm.
I was gonna keep going. I was gonna keep doing other nigga shit until somebody killed me or them people. You know what I'm saying? They would have had,
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't ready to go to jail either. They would have had to kill me too. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that was like, what are you thinking? Like, yeah. So I had to get a hold of myself, bro. But it won't. I had to find God.
Mm-hmm.
I had to find God again. Anytime something happen and you and I'm not taking a positive out, I'm looking at it like I'm gonna be destructive until I die. And got a kid out here, you know what I mean? I was thinking bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it took for me to change my life. Like I felt like I was elite with that hustling shit, bro, when I was in that world. You know what I'm saying? Like no drug charges, no I can go buy a registered gun, you know what I'm saying? Like so I was like the nigga that think ahead all the time. So I was elite with that shit. So I felt like I'm gonna do this till I die. I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life.
Right. Right. I
I was,
got this.
know what I'm saying? That's how I
Yeah.
was feeling, bro. And it was like, nah, nigga, you not. You're not gonna do this for the rest of your life. Because if you do, it will gonna happen.
Man. Yeah, man. No, trust and believe. I understand that, man. And I don't want people to feel like, God called me and then I gave my life to God and I just been kumbaya and it been perfect. My whole nah, it ain't, bro. I had to go back and forth. I've been back and forth. I've been in and out the streets since then, bro. I had to go back, build more reasons of why, and then God be like, that's why I told you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because it be other things. Because now I got the spirit of God with me.
It's
You
about
know,
the no. Once he know he got your heart, he know we gonna make mistakes. He a forgiving God. He know we gonna make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But
exactly.
he want your heart to
Exactly.
people listening. You know what I'm saying? Like he just want your heart, bro. You know what I'm saying? And to know that it's something greater than yourself. He just wants your heart. You know what I'm saying? He know we ain't perfect. The
Exactly. Exactly.
Jesus Lil Brother, I feel like the ones that he frowned upon is the people who pretend like they perfect.
Exactly. That's why I'm getting at. That's why I'm getting at. To
So
really, when you really look at it, God wants you to be real with him so y'all can work it out. You know what I mean? If you won't keep on faking, y'all ain't never gonna get nowhere. So I had to be real with him. I had to be real. I was addicted to the life because this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So I had to work it out with him. You know what I mean? I'm addicted to having multiple females because that's how I protected myself. You know what I mean? I protected myself from not loving because it don't matter. This woman, whatever, I can do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I
right,
had to work out with that. You know what I mean? So from that, to having, my baby mama, and then having kids and staying with one girl, like that was a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't look at it like that, whatever, but that's a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I just wanted to say that's a lot for me. I just want to say, your journey is your journey. Like you said, bro, it's the heart. As long as he got your heart,
Yeah, for sure.
don't look at nobody's journey. Don't look at what other people getting blessed with. You know what I mean? Because God got something for you that's personally made for you. You
For
know
sure.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. He definitely, focus on the heart. Like it's the same with me, bro. You see, I still smoking and still, you know, but I know he know my heart.
Right.
He know the faith that I got, and I've been through too much to think that I just got through all this by myself. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
That's like I like that's selfish. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's selfish. Yeah, I ain't get through all this
See,
stuff.
that's selfish.
I ain't get through all this by myself, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I done been in shootout like just as close as me and you is on this screen, man.
Man.
And I'm watching every gun, every time the gun spark, I'm looking at it. I'm
Mm.
looking at him, he's shooting at me, bro.
Mm.
We this close as me and you on this goddamn screen. He shot my
Mm.
shirt, shot everything around me, shot the car I was driving, shot the car I parked beside, he shot everything. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
it was like a
Except you.
it was bro, it was like I was in a ball, Jesus.
Mm. Come on, Jesus.
It was like I was in a ball, bro. And I was watching this, I was watching it, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
It was like I was in a ball.
Then he took your eyes too.
Yeah, bro. I was
He
watching.
took your eyes too.
I was watching it. It was like I was in a ball, man. Like I was in a dome. Like he had something around me, bro. Yeah, bro.
Yay, bro.
That's the situation I'm talking about that happened in 2015 after my little brothers and my cousin got killed. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
that
crazy.
happened right after that. Like I came out on top in that situation, but like I said, it was something greater than myself in presence right there.
Yeah,
Both
that's tough.
both supposed to been left right there. You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna
Both,
use your testimony.
right there. Yeah, bro. Both of us supposed to been right there, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna put the whole story somewhere in my documentary. You know yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit of it in the documentary, but yeah, bro, that junk changed me. That junk changed my life. I
Man,
had been in situations, but never that close.
man, that's tough.
You right here, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Never that close. So yeah, that junk like I something greater than this. I don't got no choice but to believe.
Man, no choice, man. That's what I'm saying. That's tough, man. I'm
Cause
glad. I'm glad when you say stuff like that, bro, about God, how God took your eye too. That let me know we got the same God, bro. You know what I'm saying? He do the same thing.
for sure, bro. I felt it though. When I heard your music, I felt it. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It was the same feeling my song gave you. That's the same feeling your music gave me when I heard it.
yeah,
You feel me? Like it's the same,
yeah.
bro. Whatever that feeling was, I know my feeling it was something similar.
It was same. It was the same thing. Yeah, because I'm like, because it was like, you did a couple songs before that, and then but that song was like, hold up, you know what I'm saying?
It make a nigga think it because like you said, the first couple songs I did is like on this end, but then
Yeah.
I said, okay, all right, yeah, okay, yeah,
Yeah, okay. That's why I had to get a little merch from you. I had bought them glasses. I said, y'all mess with dudes, man.
yeah, bro. I definitely felt the vibe when we was in each other presence though. Like I promise you, like the same way that song hit you, your music hit me the same way. It was crazy. Like,
Man.
yeah, I could tell like bro been through something and like I could tell like he ain't that's his name, but I could hear like he's pulling him over this side.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he tugging on you, and at that time, bro, we in the same place in life. He tugging on me, you know what I'm saying? And instead of me keep on saying, "Get off me, bro," hold on, let me give him a little bit more time. I'm letting him go ahead and pull me over here. You feel me?
Man. Yeah, man, because when I first came out, everybody was like, boy, who you think you is, boy? Especially the church, especially the church people.
Yeah,
Boy, you gonna get your you
yeah,
know. But I'm like, shoot, y'all ain't read your Bibles. Because it said that he is not ashamed to call you his brother or sister, and that we share joint heirs on his throne. So, you know what I'm saying? I just connected the dots, bro. If Jesus is God's son and God has adopted me to his family, come on, bro.
yeah.
You know what
I,
I'm saying? I'm just
I
connecting the
think
dots.
he is your brother.
Come on. There's
Yeah,
all types of Jesus little brother. You Jesus little brother.
Yeah, bro.
my brother upstairs, you know what I'm saying? And I
Just cause
feel
I
like that
decided
name,
to say it. Yeah, just cause I decided to say it don't mean nothing.
yeah, I'm rolling with it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You might well not come call me nothing else but Jesus Lil Brother. You know what I'm saying?
bro.
So
For
that's
sure.
how I took it, man.
But even to look at it on another way, even to take on a name, he might just put a special covering over you, bro, just for taking on that name because
Yeah.
that's like okay, so you want to put the big shoes on, huh? You
That's
got
exactly what happened, bro. Like when I tell you, he brought that mold out. Like there's a story of Solomon. God said, Solomon, you can have everything, anything you want. Ask me, I'm gonna do it. Like I've been with your dad, I'm gonna be with you. And Solomon was like, shoot, I just want the wisdom to lead your people. You know what I'm saying? And because Solomon didn't ask for riches and golds and all that, whatever, God blessed him with riches and golds and all that, plus the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So I believe, just like how you said, because I chose that name to be my name, because it's always been a problem of, even though I was trying to do music in the streets, there's always been a problem of what I'm gonna name myself. You know what I mean? Never had a name for real that I really liked or wanted to choose or whatnot. So because I chose Jesus Little Brother, I feel like you said, it was like an extra blessing that he gave me for choosing that name. You know what I'm saying?
for sure, bro. Yeah, yeah. I definitely feel like he put a special covering over you for that because. And then the message that you are pushing the message you're gonna use you as a vessel for the change people's lives, bro.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna use you as a and that's what I know for sure. He been using me, and I'm gonna continue to let him use me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah. 10 years ago, bro, I'm gonna say not even 10 years ago. Yeah, I'm gonna say 10 years ago. No, 10 years ago, I was not expecting me for to be sitting here talking and having this conversation with you about um um like God. My brain was locked in, bro. I was locked in. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So like, yeah, I embrace it, and I say that to say like for the people that's watching in my city, you know what I'm saying? It's time for y'all to embrace it too. I,
Come on.
I ain't got no more.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't the same person no more, man. It's time for y'all to embrace it too, man. Yep. Hey, bro. For people in your city watching and that want to like get some work done from your business construction, maybe want to get a deck done or some bathroom work done, how your prices be or it just varies?
Man, the prices is beautiful. I feel like God gave me these hands to be a blessing as well too. It been multiple times where people's houses is falling apart, you know what I mean? And at that point, the main point is just to get your house, up to code, you know what I mean? I done did payment plans, I done did, big discounts or whatnot, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it's really depending on what the situation is, because God do, I try to do a blessing job because with God, he blessed me with jobs. So I try to do like a blessing job where I could just be a blessing. You know what I'm saying? But uh, this price is like I didn't did a whole bathroom, whole basement remodel, framing the whole thing, drywall and um painting, floor, ceiling for like 15, you know what I'm saying? That's if they can afford that, you know what I mean? But I then also did, bathroom floors when subfloor 8 out or whatnot for $100, $200, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to replace it so they could have a floor, because their toilet was falling through their floor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
So it's really depending on what it is, you know. And I got these kids. I actually got to go pick up these kids in a second. I got these kids who's trying to build their experience. So just like how I built my experience through trial and error, you know what I'm saying? They trying to build their experience too. You gotta fail. You got to fail to learn. You know what I'm saying?
So,
So I got kids too that can offer a different discount. You know what I'm saying? If you just pay them hourly, you know what I'm saying? $25 an hour. They'll work on some stuff. You know, I got one of my students that he got a cutting company. I'm trying to get clients for him. You know what I'm saying? Because he can actually lead the other kids
right,
to getting a little money and running his own business. You know, so
right.
you
Yeah,
know, you know,
I asked you that, bro. So if people, watching, once you share this joint on your page, and people watching that know or don't know that what you do, what I mean, they can tune in and might need some work done, so you can, what I mean, promote your prices and let them know what I mean, do good work and stuff
yeah.
like
No, I appreciate that. It's most definitely good work. I got a licensed electrician or a licensed plumber when it comes to the big stuff. You ain't gotta worry about nothing, man. You know, get the job done.
for sure, bro. You got anybody you want to shout out before we get off here?
Shout out all of Omaha, North Omaha, Nebraska. Let me say, shout out Diamond, most definitely, Samo, all the Savage Life Entertainment,
Sure.
Super Unit. Shout out, uh, Paradise Studios, J Keys, Flame Classic. Shout out, uh, I am Joe Jack and Game Spin Entertainment. Shout out to all my Vegas people. Shout out to Bonafide 100. Shout out to MOE, Money Over Everything. Uh, who else? Uh, who else doing music, man? So yeah, if I missed you, don't charge it to me.
For sure.
Y'all my heart, right? So yeah. Shout out to
Yeah,
everybody else. Oh, shout out to Do It for Jesus Academy, all the kids in the class, man.
for
You know,
sure,
I'm
bro.
proud of you. Yeah, y'all do y'all thing. Shout out to Jaden. He in jail right now. Y'all pray for Jaden, man. He gonna be coming out soon. He got court on Friday, so y'all pray for Jaden.
For sure. Wait, he one of the kids that's on the in the class with you?
Yeah, he 19, but he had
Yeah.
something had happened, so he been in jail for like 2 months. But I got my scripture tatted, Hebrew 13:3. Remember those who are in bonds as bond with you, and those who suffer adversity as you yourself are in the body. So it said, remember those who, the NIV version is, remember those who are locked up like you locked up with them, and those who are going through hard times like you going through it with them. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna go through it with them. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, bro. I'm with you, my dog. I appreciate you for taking time to come fuck with me on the show, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you, man. We kept on missing each other, but man, this I knew it. This is something I gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And we was missing each other because everything is on God timing, bro. You already know.
Most definitely, because you would have seen something crazy in the background. You hear me? I'm glad I'm over here.
It's God timing, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, appreciate you, man. We gotta do this again, bro. Y'all had another episode of AQP, man. Always question people.
I done felt some crazy pain, I don't wanna take no more. I done played some baby game, I don't wanna play no more. I done said some crazy things, I don't wanna say no more. I hope nigga don't say my name, I don't wanna spray no more. Can't you see I'm trying to change? I ain't old take no more. So stay the fuck up on my line, cause it ain't safe for folks. Love my city, but I ain't playing, I don't wanna stay no more. Want the money, man, fuck the fame, I need that paper. Yeah.